To understand why the production possibility frontier is curved, it's helpful to chart each output on its own graph in terms of resources dedicated to producing it. Here we have a graph charting the output of guns in terms of input resources, and another chart graphing the output of butter in terms of input resources. For this example, let's assume our total amount of resources is equal to 100, and to keep things simple, both guns and butter will use the same data points, these data points right here, in the example. These data points, as shown by the decreasing slope on both graphs, abide by the law of diminishing returns. Now, let's say we invest all our resources into butter production and none into gun production. That would put us at 0.1 on both charts. If we were to increase gun production by 10 inputs, our output of guns would increase by 100, and now with only 90 inputs of butter production, our butter production output falls by 10 to 540. This would leave us at 0.2 on both charts. If we redirect even more inputs, let's say 10 more inputs, going to 0.3 on both charts, we now only see an increase of gun output by 90 instead of 100. Due to the law of diminishing returns, the marginal return on resources decreases as more resources are used, hence the original return of 100 and now only a return of 90 despite an increase of 10 inputs both times. This additional redirection of 10 inputs also affects the production of butter, decreasing the overall production now by 20, reducing it from 540 to 520. This decrease of 20 instead of 10 is also due to the law of diminishing returns. However, it's just acting in reverse since we are going backwards rather than forwards on the x-axis. The first time we increased production of guns, our butter production fell by 10. But the second time we increased gun production, our butter production fell by 20. Even though gun output didn't even increase by 100 the second time, the opportunity cost of 90 additional guns is now 20 compared to the opportunity cost of 10 for those initial 100 guns. Due to the diminishing returns on gun production, more resources must be redirected towards gun production to achieve the same marginal increases, leading to increased opportunity cost. Taking this information to a production possibilities model, or PPM for short, we can demonstrate how the law of diminishing returns dictates the general shape of the production's possibility frontier. The PPM charts the possibilities of output combinations of, in this example, guns and butter. When butter output was at 550, gun output was at 0, right here. When butter was at 540, guns were at 100, putting us right there. When butter was at 520, guns were at 190, putting us right there, and so on and so on. If we keep repeating this process until we are maxed out on guns, the following points are charted onto the PPM. With all our outputs charted, the shape of the curve becomes clear. It's a concave curve signifying increasing opportunity cost due to the law of diminishing returns.